5 requests you must refuse to protect your peace and live. Better, have you ever felt like your life is slowly drifting away from your true path? Like someone else is quietly rearranging your priorities, draining your energy, and stealing your peace of mind? That heavy feeling of carrying the world on your shoulders, other people's expectations, responsibilities that were never yours to begin with, even emotional debts, only grows with time. As Carl Jung once said, the privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. But how can you do that when others keep pulling pieces of you that were never theirs to take? In today's video, I'm revealing 5 common requests you should start saying no to right now. They might seem harmless on the surface, but they slowly chip away at your energy, your identity, and your sense of purpose. Here's the truth. Anything that disturbs your inner peace is not worth your time. Once you embrace this, everything in your life begins to shift. If you're ready to live with more clarity, authenticity, and freedom, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any content that supports your personal and spiritual growth. Let's dive into these 5 boundaries you need to set to reclaim your peace and your power. Stop carrying other people's baggage. Protect your peace. Have you ever caught yourself fixing problems you didn't cause, helping out just to be polite, only to realize you've become the official rescuer of everyone else's drama? Carrying burdens that aren't yours is the first request you need to learn to reject, because trust me, it can cost you far more than you think. There comes a time in life when you realize caring for others doesn't mean carrying their weight. But not everyone sees it that way. They show up with that "only you can help me" look, and suddenly you're stuck solving conflicts, patching up emotional wounds, or holding together situations you never signed up for. At first you say, okay, just to be nice. After all, who doesn't want to be there for a friend or family member? But here's the trap. What starts as a favor quickly becomes an expectation. Before you know it, you're chained to responsibilities that don't belong to you. Ever felt like you're the one who's holding everything together? Fixing fights, putting out fires, keeping the peace? It's not because it's your job. It's because no one else stepped up. And when you finally try to step back, the guilt kicks in. How can you be so selfish? If you don't help, everything's going to fall apart. But here's the hard truth no one tells you. Carrying someone else's load always comes at a price. It drains more than just your time or energy. It eats away at your mental health, your peace, and even your sense of self. You are not anyone's safety net. You're not their plan B, and you're certainly not the permanent fixer of all their chaos. When someone treats your help like an obligation, they've already crossed a boundary. The longer you carry someone else's problems, the further you drift from the life you're meant to live, a life filled with ease, purpose, and joy. So how do you say no without guilt? Start small. Notice when someone's trying to hand you a weight that isn't yours. Maybe it's a family conflict, a job you never agreed to, or a crisis that someone else created. Ask yourself, is this truly mine to carry, or am I being pulled into someone else's storm? Protecting your peace isn't selfish. It's smart. You've carried enough. Now it's time to let others handle their own load and focus on building the life you were always meant to live. If this message is hitting home, subscribe to the channel Healthy Evolution and turn on the bell for more videos that will help you live with more authenticity, energy, and emotional freedom. Stop lending money. Without a real emergency, protect your stability. Ever been in that awkward moment when someone close to you asks for money, but it's not a real emergency? Suddenly the air gets heavy with expectations, emotional pressure, and maybe even guilt. You're my brother, my mom. You have to help me, they say. But deep down, you know, this isn't a crisis. It's just another poor decision they expect you to fix. And giving in could cost way more than just a few bucks. Lending money, especially when you've worked hard to build your own stability, isn't just about numbers. That money represents years of sacrifice, sleepless nights, and hard choices to create the life you have now. And when you hand it over to someone who doesn't value that effort, you're not just risking your finances. you're giving away your peace of mind. Here's the tough truth. Most of the time, they're not really asking for a loan. They're asking you to carry the burden of their choices. And if you dare say no, get ready. Suddenly, you're the bad guy. Wow, you've changed. You only care about yourself now. But wait, where's their responsibility? Why are you paying for their decisions? Protecting your financial boundaries isn't selfish. It's smart. You're not a bank. You're not a backup plan. You're not the emergency exit for someone else's mistakes. Saying no might feel uncomfortable, but it's also incredibly freeing. Every dollar you keep is a brick in the foundation of your mental health, your peace, and your future. And let's be real. Today's favor often becomes tomorrow's expectation. One loan turns, into another, until one day, you realize you're holding up someone else's life while your own dreams fall behind. It's time to put yourself first. You've already done enough. Saying no to non-emergency loans is an act of self-respect. It's choosing peace over pressure. So next time someone hits you with a guilt trip, pause and ask yourself, is this really about need, or just another way to avoid responsibility? Your peace of mind is worth more than emotional manipulation. Step out of the family drama. Protect your energy. Ever felt that tightness in your chest when someone drags you into family drama? Talk to mom. Fix things with dad. You're the only one who can make peace. Suddenly, you're stuck in the middle of a storm you didn't create, trying to put out fires you didn't start. Being the family mediator might sound noble, but here's the reality. It's one of the fastest ways to drain your energy and destroy your peace. Family conflicts have a magnetic pull. You try to stay neutral, but then come the phone calls, the guilt trips, the emotional pleas. And before you know it, you've become the therapist, the peacemaker, the referee, all without ever signing up for the job. Here's something nobody tells you. Not every fight is yours to fix. Trying to repair what others broke may feel like the right thing, but more often than not, you end up as the scapegoat. When things don't go the way people want, guess who gets the blame? Yep. You, the one who only wanted to help. Every time you get pulled into someone else's drama, you burn precious emotional fuel. That's energy you could be using to heal, grow, and find joy. Imagine siblings fighting over an inheritance, turning your childhood home into a battlefield of egos and grudges. And there you are, being asked to fix it, choose a side, keep the family together. That's not your role. Your life isn't a courtroom, and you're not the judge. It's time to break free from that role. Your energy is sacred and far too valuable to be wasted on fights that aren't yours. Saying no to family drama isn't cold. It's wise. It's how you protect your inner peace and stay focused on what truly matters. Your healing, your dreams, your happiness. So next time someone tries to hand you the firefighter's helmet, ask yourself, why am I involved in this? Let people own their own conflicts. You've already carried too much. If this video is helping you see things in a new light, subscribe to Healthy Evolution and hit the bell for more content designed to help you live a more peaceful, authentic life. Have you ever been caught in the middle of family drama? How did you find your way out? Don't change who you are just to please others. Be unapologetically you. Ever had someone say in a helpful tone something like, "You shouldn't wear that," or "That music doesn't suit you," or "Stop talking like that"? On the surface, it sounds like advice, but deep down, it's a subtle demand. Dim your light to make others comfortable. Changing who you are to please others is a request you must learn to reject, because every time you give in, you chip away at the person you fought so hard to become. Think about it. Every piece of who you are, your quirks, your passions, even your laugh, was shaped through years of ups and downs. Every choice, every story, every favorite song holds a deeper meaning. This is your essence, formed through joy, failure, and growth. Then someone comes along and suggests that it's not good enough, that you need to update yourself to fit their version of acceptable. That's not feedback, it's an attempt to erase you. When someone wants you to change who you are, it's rarely about helping you grow. It's about making you easier to handle, more convenient. But you're not a trend to follow or a blank canvas to redesign. You're a living story, full of meaning and depth. And trading that for someone else's comfort? That's like giving up a treasure you spent your life building. Standing your ground isn't stubbornness, it's self-preservation. Because once you start giving in, changing a shirt here, silencing a thought there, you eventually won't recognize the person in the mirror. Your authenticity is your power. And here's the truth. You've earned the right to love who you are. So the next time someone suggests you tone it down or change a little, remember, staying true to yourself is a courageous act. Your life is not a rough draft waiting for others to edit. Live boldly. Wear what makes you smile. Blast your favorite songs without apology. Has anyone ever tried to make you change who you are? How did you respond? Stop sacrificing your happiness for others. Live for you. Ever felt like you have to dim your light so others don't feel uncomfortable? Maybe you've heard, "If you really loved me, you'd do this," or "Don't make me feel bad." Putting someone else's feelings above your own, over and over, is another dangerous request you need to stop accepting. Because slowly, it drains your joy and distances you from your true self. When someone asks you to make choices just to keep them comfortable, that's not love. It's control wrapped in guilt. What they're really saying is, "Your happiness bothers me," and suddenly you find yourself walking on eggshells, choosing your words carefully, shrinking your joy just to avoid rocking the boat. That's not a relationship, it's a performance. And you're not the lead, you're the background character in your own story. But here's the truth. Living like that is like fading away piece by piece until all that's left is a shadow. Your joy is not up for negotiation. You don't have to shrink your voice, bury your desires, or silence your emotions to make someone else feel better. Real peace comes from alignment with your truth, not from people-pleasing. You've been through so much. You've earned the right to live out loud, to feel fully, and to make decisions that breathe life into your soul, even if someone calls it inconvenient. Saying no to emotional manipulation is freedom. It's how you reclaim your heart. So next time someone tries to guilt you into choosing their comfort over your joy, ask yourself, why is my happiness the price? You're not here to be someone's therapist, emotional support, or doormat. Protecting your peace isn't selfish, it's powerful. It might be the first time in a long time that you choose you.